Country music is up here. Everything else is here.
Be ready to like experience college, but also like prioritize yourself. Because I feel like it's so easy to be like ready to be there for everyone else around you. Just like, be nice to yourself, you know?
Shout out Damian Velasquez. Shout out Michael Patterson, club soccer president.
Men's lacrosse is scary though, because they can hit at each other
And stuff.
Yeah.
And
Shout out to Shauna, president. Wow. Love her. And the boy. You watch movies, Chris. Locked in.
My name was almost Thor, by the way.
Yeah.
Fun fact. My name was almost Thor. Shout out Zach Ewing.
Oh.
Those fields are in good shape, and it's because they're charging a shit ton that they know college students don't have.
Yeah.
Anakin's Darth Vader. Episode of the Hilarious Handbook. This is our 5th episode in our series. We have our 5th guest, Kelsey, who is a second-year psychology major and a women gender studies minor.
Yes.
And Kelsey, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm from San Jose, California.
Wow.
Yeah, I study psychology here, and then I chose a women and gender studies a little later on. Yeah, I got to Sonoma because some of my family friends decided to go here, and when I asked them, I was like, "Oh yeah, I just got in," deciding like where to go to college. They're like, "Oh, you should go check it out. It's really nice." I visited, and it's such a pretty campus. So I was like, "Why not just do it?"
It's pretty close to San Jose too. It's like a 2-hour drive or something along those lines, if that.
If that's
but yeah, no, that's crazy. And San Jose, I feel like I've only been there a couple times, but I feel like it's a very, I don't want to say, I will say that actually, traffic heavy. I feel like it's pretty bad down there. And I feel like coming up here, you know, like
it's so much different.
It's a lot nicer. I feel like you get places a lot quicker. Like it takes a lot less time to go 5 miles than stay down there.
I mean, the freeways here are like streets, like back road streets back home. Like,
exactly.
it's crazy. It's so much nicer here. I feel like.
Have you lived in San Jose your whole life?
I've lived in the same house my entire life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really? How's that? I feel like that's kind of cool actually, because I feel like everyone who I've talked to who's kind of had that kind of experience, just living in one place their whole life, they like those friends that they have in like kindergarten and first grade, if they still talk to, that's like, I feel like that's so cool. And like for me, like a guy who's like moved a lot, I don't really have that kind of connection, but like I feel like that'd be really, really cool to like say like, wow, we went to elementary school together and now it's like we're here.
Yeah, I mean, I have friends from like genuinely first grade that I've like grown up with. Like they've seen me in like the weirdest like phases of my life.
Right.
Like one of my best friends, Emmett, you know, I grew up with him and we go to college now together. So, and we all like live in kind of the same neighborhood too. So it's just, we gotta.
That's perfect.
Like be at each other's houses just growing up. Like our families were each other's families. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you say you're a psychology major.
Yes.
And a women and gender studies minor. And I feel like those are, you can do a lot of things with both of those.
Yeah.
So like what's the dream job when you get done with college?
I mean, so end game for a while has just been like youth therapist. I've always just kind of been wanting to like work with the youth because I feel like they're kind of next generation, you know. Also going in high school is so difficult and like figuring out who you are.
Right.
And so women and gender studies just kind of like helps you, I feel like, get the knowledge of kind of how to deal with those kinds of different situations and different like people and all that stuff. So that's really nice. And then psychology is also just so much fun. So
really,
yeah.
Are the classes like hard? Because I remember I took an AP psychology class in high school.
Oh, and that's totally different.
Okay, I was about to say because I was like when I took that class, the only reason I took it was because I needed one more class, and all the electives looked like crap.
Yeah.
I didn't want to take anything, and I was like, I mean, honestly, it's a more kind of interesting class. It was also the last year that class was being taught, so I was like,
and you
why
liked
not?
It?
Huh?
You liked it?
No,
I
didn't like it. But I mean, I lost that year to COVID. But before we had left, I was kind of like, oh, that's kind of weird. Like he explained stuff kind of weird, and I don't know, it wasn't my cup of tea. But I mean
right now I'm taking a meditation and dreams class.
Really?
Like that is what I'm taking. Yes.
Wow.
And we talk about how we can like figure out what's going on in your dreams and like apply it to your life. And then we are talking about like meditations and how like when you're stressed out, you can like learn different types of meditations. Really? It's crazy.
Wow. Class. And how Are all your classes kind of like that, or are you kind of in that phase right now where it's like, okay, you have to take like a couple of GEs, and you're still now you're starting to get into some major major specific classes?
I mean, right now it's a lot of like GEs and just getting those done. Like I'm taking chemistry, I'm taking philosophy, I'm taking a bunch of other classes, but then I'm like doing registration for next semester, and I'm doing like my upper GEs, that's more like major heavy, I feel like. So
yeah, no, I feel like the upper GEs, like I feel like lower GEs, they're pretty easy to do. Like, you don't require you to even go to class. But then like the upper division, it's a little bit more. I found that it's a lot more writing heavy. And
I've heard that too.
All of my classes right now, like all my classes, like I'm in a sociology class right now, and I think it's like maybe there's a writing assignment every week that's like 400 words, which is fine. But every single test we have, which I think is like tri-weekly, is like 3 or 4 paragraphs or something, which I guess isn't bad.
No,
it's not bad, still, but I'm like, no, I'm not doing that every 3 weeks. It feels like a lot more than it is since it's on a lot shorter time span. And then our final paper, actually, that was just assigned like last week, 8 pages.
I couldn't.
Like, I don't know, like
chat.
Whoa.
No.
We do not use ChatGPT here, but
unless they say we can.
Unless they say we can. But no, we find other creative ways to succeed here.
Yeah.
Maybe we use it, maybe we don't.
No.
I've never used it.
There's some teachers that allow you to do it and then you can like source it.
Really?
Yeah.
Never used it like that.
I get scared too.
I rarely actually
I get scared.
I use it for like to just get random ideas out, like, but I've never actually used it on a formal assignment. Believe it or not.
I think I've used it for like. No, I think I maybe used it once, and then I've
that's what I'm saying. It's like I've heard it's not even that accurate. I heard it's a hit and miss.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it'll be right, sometimes it'll be wrong.
And they added it to like Google AI. Have you seen that? You like ask a question to Google, and then it's like Google AI.
Oh yeah,
that stuff I can't trust.
That is true. Yeah. Well, anyways, I mean, I feel like that's a lot of just information coming at you. I feel like the classes. Like, how many units are you taking?
Units. Right now I'm taking 17.
Oh shit.
Maybe.
What's it with everyone taking a shit ton of units? I think I'm taking 17 as well. Actually, I don't think about it, but.
I mean, I'm taking 5 classes.
Okay, yeah. That's pretty standard, actually.
It is.
So are you able to like have things to do outside of the classroom and like keep it balanced? Like, what are you involved in anything?
I mean, so I'm a part of the lacrosse club here, right?
Shout out Caleb. He's not in the lacrosse club, but he plays lacrosse. A former guest, a former hilarious handbook guest.
The first one?
Second one. He loves sandwiches. Fun fact. We want a tangent about sandwiches.
I love sandwiches. But yeah, I am a part of the lacrosse club. It's a lot of fun. Excuse me. Yeah, I was there last year, and now this is my second year part of it. Right now we're just on our like fall ball, and then we have our spring season. But yeah, balancing it, it was pretty hard in the beginning because I'm also working on campus. But I feel like you just kind of get into the groove of things, and then just kind of make time for work and then school and
so you're definitely busy. I feel like. Do you have to pay dues for that though? Because I know Caleb had to pay dues.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Caleb can talk about the actual like men's team, but we have to pay dues because it's a club, and so you have to do like travel fees, uniform stuff, just like a bunch of.
Is it around the ballpark of like? Because let me think. What have I heard? It's like around. I've heard a bunch of numbers. I've heard 500 to get thrown out there. I've heard 200 to get thrown out there.
It's a little more
than 500. What?
Because there's a bunch of like.
It's probably for all those fields you have to play on, and all those like
and
travel
practice fields that we have to.
They're expensive actually. I looked it up. The Petaluma complex, where like all the soccer fields and all are, where you can basically do whatever there. $670. That's bullshit, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, there's a reason why those fields are in good shape, and it's because they're charging a shit ton that they know college students don't have.
Yeah.
So when you go there, what do you see? You see a bunch of old people who have nothing but retirement money.
Yeah.
on the fields because they're the only ones that can afford it.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because we don't practice on campus. We practice
Really?
we used to practice at like the parks around. I wouldn't say like M Park and stuff, but we practice at the parks around. But then we have to pay for like the lights to be on. So
yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes when it comes to all that stuff. It's probably the hardest thing, like booking fields and stuff.
Yeah.
And
shout out to Shauna, president.
Wow.
We love her. And the board and stuff, but yeah.
Everyone
else.
If we're talking about club sports presidents, shout out Michael Patterson, club soccer president. He does it right. He I don't know how he does it. You know, he's club soccer president. He books the fields, manages rosters. Like he does it all. He does it all. Yeah. Mike's a stud. But yeah, that's crazy. Anyways, so I mean, you say you have all those things. You know, school, lacrosse. You said you had a job actually on campus. What's that job?
So I used to work on campus, like in the CAF. That was
everyone's dream job, right?
Everyone's dream job. That's end goal for everyone, obviously. And so then I quit that because, I didn't want to be working in the cafeteria anymore. And then now I'm working with like the games and like the athletics department.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
So that's a lot of fun. I just do like the little scoreboard and watch the games. Wow. It's honestly a lot of fun watching.
I think one of my friends actually does. Well, maybe not the scores enough, but he works with the athletic department. Shout out Zach Ewing.
Oh,
you know Zach. You know Zacho. Yeah, I don't know what exactly he does. I just know he's tried to coordinate a couple things and stuff. So it sounds really cool, and it sounds like something where you actually don't mind going to work.
No.
And that's the biggest thing is it's like. If you wake up in the middle of or at the beginning of the day and it's like, oh, I'm really dreading going to work. I've seen people do it. I've seen people who work at the CAF walk and they're in their uniform and all. They're walking to the CAF and you can just tell they're like, oh, these next couple hours are going to be absolute hell. Like I've seen it happen.
I will say the people that I worked with, they were like the other students. They were all so sweet. It was a good time, but I just wanted to work in a different spot.
Yeah.
But it is also nice if you like to watch sports. Like I love to watch the volleyball games, and it's so fast paced. I like doing that.
Really? What's your favorite sport?
Like ever?
Yeah, ever.
Oh, gosh.
And there's a lot of sports out there to choose from.
Yeah, there is. Okay. Women's volleyball. I love women's volleyball.
Okay.
Like watching that. And then like both lacrosse.
Wow.
I like that. Men's lacrosse is scary though because they can hit out of each other. Like they can go crazy.
Yeah, no, 100%. Go watch the men's lacrosse team in the spring. They're really good.
They're crazy. They're good. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think volleyball is actually a really good one that not a lot of people say because it's just like I think you can make the argument that watching a volleyball game and watching a basketball game, you get the same kind of adrenaline because it's that back and forth.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's shooting or whether it's spiking and stuff like that. It's a fast-paced game, and the clock goes quicker than, say, football.
Yeah.
I feel like the clock ticks down really slow in football. Basketball, volleyball, it's always like it's rolling. Like I feel like it's damn near if you play a set, you can be done in an hour, honestly.
Yeah. That's kind of my thing. I really need like a fast-paced thing. Like I need high-scoring games because I just can't just sit there and
So you must hate golf or soccer.
I'll watch it and like those people have so much talent for doing it, but I just some score, But I mean, again, it's different for when you're like playing it, but I don't know. Also, I used to play volleyball too, so it's just fun to like watch it. Yeah, and now it's like more fast paced because these people have more talent than I did in school. But
wow. That's good. Hell yeah. Well, every single episode we try to have like a little fun segment. We obviously try to get to know our guests, but we also want to get to know some other cool things. Like we've talked about sandwiches with Caleb. We've talked about Taco Bell with Tyler. Talked about sports last week with Valeria. And we're going to switch it from all of that to movies. Okay. Now, I don't understand how no one watches movies. I've tried to do this already with multiple other episodes, and not many people watch movies, I guess, and I don't really watch that many movies either, but I can give like a good solid couple movies.
Yeah.
And so the theme of this one is your top 3 movies of all time.
Yes, 3. Okay.
And it could be whatever movie you want. Top 3. And then give like a little reasoning as to why they're your top 3.
Okay.
And go in order too, so like 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Wait, 3, 2, 1? Okay. 3, just because now I feel like it's 'tis the season. Polar Express.
Wow.
Yes.
That's actually, honestly,
it's so random.
I wasn't expecting that.
It's so good.
But that is a really good movie.
It's so
I think
good.
it's free on iTunes, actually.
There we go.
So everyone go download Polar Express.
Just because my family watches it every single year, and it's just a good movie. It's a classic. And then number 2, Hubie's Halloween. Have you ever seen that?
I've never heard of that.
It's with Adam Sandler.
Oh, so it's a comedy.
It's so funny. Yeah, I watched that with my dad a few times. It's
Okay.
a good one. And then White Chicks.
I've never heard of that one either. What's... I've never heard of that.
That's insane.
I really haven't. What was it called?
Really? White Chicks?
White Chicks. I've never heard of that movie.
Hate on him.
I've never heard of... Is it like...
That's insane. Chris.
If you know what White Chicks is...
Chris.
Like,
everyone else knows what
no
White
one...
Chicks is.
Really?
Yes.
I don't think so. I really don't.
Either, White Chicks.
I've never once heard that movie get brought up in a
funny.
conversation. Ever. I've never once seen it on Netflix or Hulu or Disney or whatever.
It's so
That's crazy.
funny.
What's it about?
It's okay. So there's 2 detectives, right? And then they have to go undercover as 2 white girls. And these 2 detectives are like 2 black men, and they have to go undercover as like 2 white girls. And like it's just so
really?
funny.
I've never.
It's so funny.
This seems
There's
really.
just so much going on.
I feel like there's a little. So you like comedies?
Oh, I
love comedies.
Oh, and rom-coms though. But comedies so good.
I don't know about rom-coms. I don't know about rom-coms.
10 Things I Hate About You is a good one too. The Notebook. Okay, you said you watch movies, Chris. Lock in.
No. I've heard of The Notebook. I've heard of The Notebook.
That's good.
That's about this couple, right? And she like loses memory or something like that, and she like can't really remember him.
That's like at the end of the movie.
Oh.
But he like waits for her. He builds a whole house and he like waits for her.
Really?
Yeah, because she was like getting
Okay,
engaged.
I feel like I've seen that
So
actually.
good. And the Ace Ventura movies. Oh my gosh. Chris,
Okay, maybe I don't know my movies.
Seriously. I'm popping off right now. Holy
I
crap.
know, wow. Hey, honestly, we needed that. We needed someone who knew their movies.
Before I can even think about 3, and now I'm just coming on. My gosh.
Wow.
Do you like, okay, wait, DC or Marvel?
Marvel. My name was almost Thor, by the way.
Yeah.
Fun fact. My name was almost Thor. I wish it kind of was, actually, because Chris Schaefer's kind of like, so basic. Thor Schaefer? Oh my gosh.
Insane.
That would have been so much cooler. And I
Jeez.
love Marvel, but my parents were like, I don't know if we can do that to him. But I still kind of wish my name was Thor.
I feel like in elementary school it might have been a little brutal, but now...
Yeah, now it's funny.
Yeah.
Now it's funny. But like, okay, so...
Okay, wait, what about you? Now I need to know yours.
Number 3. I'm not going to go the Christmas route. I like the Polar Express. But at number 3, I'm going to have to say Infinity War.
Okay.
Infinity War, number 3. I thought it was a really good movie. Saw it in theaters when it first came out. And that was like the first... I'm going to sound so stupid right here. And to every Marvel fan out there, I apologize for this. But that was the first movie I saw where like all those Marvel characters were on one screen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I'm sure there's other movies too. But like that one, especially the new characters like Guardians of the Galaxy, Black Panther, Ant-Man, you know. Oh, Ant-Man wasn't even in that movie.
Wait.
That's awkward.
Did you say Black Panther?
Yeah. Yeah.
But also experiencing that in like the theater too.
Yeah, no, that was
a
awesome.
different thing, yeah.
The intro in that movie is actually so much different than any other Marvel movie intro. The music, so much different. And that set the tone for the movie.
Yeah. It was intense though.
It was.
Okay, number 2.
Number 2. Let me think. Oh, there's so many good movies out there. But at number 2, I'm going to have to go with... I'm kind of debating between 2 right now. I'm debating between 2. Number 2, I'm going to go American Sniper. Number
Never heard of
2,
that.
you've never heard of American
No.
Sniper?
Is it like
Wow.
action?
It's a military movie.
Okay.
I love military-based movies.
I can't watch like gory movies.
Really?
I
It's
can't.
not gory. It's based on like a true
They make me sad.
thing. Like it's about Chris Kyle, who
Okay.
is a really good well-respected American sniper,
hmm
and it's about his story
Okay.
and all, and up until his life got taken. But
Oh.
yeah, it was really cool to see that. My dad showed me it, and my mom still to this day doesn't understand why he showed me that at such a young age. Because I think the first time I saw it, I was only like maybe a teenager, maybe a teenager.
Gosh, that's
And
like
my mom,
traumatizing.
I always remember hearing my mom like, "James, why did you show Chris American Sniper?" And it's a really good movie, though. Really good movie. Bradley Cooper, great actor. I think he did it justice. I'm a
Okay.
big fan of that movie. So that's number 2, American Sniper. Number 1, it's a classic movie.
I don't know.
Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
Return of the Jedi. Star Wars. Huge Star Wars fan, as you can see. I don't know if the camera can see,
I feel
but
like they should be able to.
huge Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
Um,
Who's your favorite character? in Star Wars?
Anakin.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Anakin Skywalker. I know he's not technically in that movie, but Anakin Skywalker, hands down, the most powerful Jedi that's ever lived. There's no other. Rey, no. Luke, no. Kylo Ren, no. Or I guess Ben Solo at the time. But Anakin Skywalker, best character, hands down, can't beat him. Return of the Jedi, though, absolute classic. I will watch that for days.
That's so
Love Return of the Jedi. I think all the other Star Wars movies are really good too. Rogue One, very underrated. The Han Solo movie, it's pretty good. But I think Return of the Jedi was just
good.
you saw like and for the millennials and Gen X, you know, that's kind of like that's the movie, or I guess that's more Gen X. But
Yeah.
but that's more the movie. You see Luke and Vader come together. Movie prior, you found out their father's son.
Yeah.
And like, okay, this is a thing. This is why everyone thinks Luke's better than Anakin. It's because he beat Vader. I think that's absolute bullshit. First of all, Vader has like one limb left. He's basically a machine. And second of all, he let Luke win. If you took Luke in his prime and Anakin in his prime, it's not even a fight.
Didn't Anakin also lose a limb?
What do you mean by that?
No, like didn't he lose his arm?
Anakin or
No.
Luke?
Anakin.
Anakin's Darth Vader.
Shit.
No.
I watched this like 10 years ago.
My goodness. I was like, I
I
really tried to let you recover too with saying it was Luke.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. No, Anakin's Darth Vader.
Cut.
No, we're keeping that. That is hilarious. Hey, honestly though,
I watched it like 10 years ago.
I didn't know that when I first watched it.
There's a lot of names and they all look the same.
Yeah,
Except
that's
for the
true.
robots.
The droids.
Wait,
Or-
what's that the tall metal guy?
Oh, C-3PO?
I like that guy.
A lot of people don't like C-3PO.
Why? He's funny.
He's
so
alright.
funny.
Anakin built him.
Really?
Anakin built C-3PO. So he wasn't in the first episode, I don't think. The Phantom Menace? I think that was when Anakin was still building
But
him.
they had C-3PO, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
I knew that one.
I don't know, I'm big R2-D2. Yoda. You know
Oh, he's
Yoda.
funny. I do know that.
You know Yoda. So,
What's his classic line? Fuck. He has this one line now. I'm trying to think about it.
I have no clue.
Anyways.
So that's our top 3 movies. Obviously, we're very, very, I feel like, different in terms of
very
that. I
different.
think if I were to go comedy, though, because I actually love comedies.
Love comedies.
Comedy, Grown Ups 2.
Okay, yeah.
I love Grown Ups 2.
I love Grown Ups 1.
Grown Ups 1's alright.
Okay.
Grown Ups 1's alright. The Benchwarmers. The Benchwarmers is so funny. It's about 3 guys who are like middle-aged men who didn't really get an opportunity to play baseball growing up because they were always getting bullied.
Mm-hmm.
And they just and they entered a league and did well. And I mean, they got carried by one guy, but I think it was pretty funny. I don't remember the actors. They're really well-known actors. It's a shame I don't really know who they are, but
I do.
Benchwarmers is really good. You should give it a watch. Give it a watch. It's really funny.
Okay.
And then 21 Jump Street.
Okay, yeah.
21 Jump Street's really good.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, interesting. So you have the top our top 3 movies. Final question, and it's only one.
Okay.
Favorite song right now? What's number 1 on Kelsey's playlist right now?
You heard it. Dawn's by Zach Bryan.
Dawn's by Zach Bryan.
And I think
I like how you go the country route. It's the only
Yes,
route to go, by the way.
it is.
It's only route to go.
And
Country music is up here. Everything else is here.
okay, wait, you know The Painter by
Cody Johnson.
There we go. Also, that's number 2.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
I've been listening to a lot of Morgan Wallen lately.
Yeah.
I haven't really listened to Morgan Wallen too much. Morgan Wallen's always a good one. I'm gonna go back to my bread and butter, Chase Rice.
Okay.
You can't go wrong with that. Like I said, a lot of people don't know about him. That's another really good choice. And then lately, what's his name? I'm trying to think. I'm blanking on it right now. Oh my goodness. Luke Bryan.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Luke Bryan's really good. That's Luke Combs.
No, I know. Chase Rice, Luke Combs, Morgan Wallen.
Yeah. I don't remember the song. It's That's My Kind of Night.
Yes.
By Luke Bryan. That's awesome.
He's a good performer. I went to him live.
Really?
He was good. Yeah.
Oh,
and John Party.
Yeah, we went to John Party. We went to John Party. Shout out Damian Velasquez for those tickets. Shout out Dame.
That was good.
But John Party was really good. That's who I was thinking of too. But anyways, we're about to wrap up. Before we do, I always ask my guests this.
Okay.
I always ask them this. What's a great piece of advice for someone who's about to go to college, actually? For someone about to go to college.
Okay.
Like seniors in high school.
Okay. I feel like prioritize yourself, but also like open. I mean, like be ready to like experience college, but also like prioritize yourself. Because I feel like it's so easy to be like ready to be there for everyone else around you, but just like be nice to yourself, you know?
Yeah. There you go.
I feel like that's good.
My piece of advice would be do your research. That's something that I was fortunate enough to do. And I'm really happy here because I was able to do my research. But I know other people that choose the school just for the name. My biggest advice, don't choose the school based on the name or the colors. Because at the end of the day, the colors and the name and the logo may be cool for about a week. The merch may be cool for about a week. After a week, you're going to have to realize that it's connections, it's building a network. That's what's going to build you in your professional career as you move forward through college and even beyond college. So don't choose a school for the name. Do your research and do research on where it's located too. I think Sonoma State goes really underappreciated because it's a smaller school. But if you go look around the area, like believe me, we have it better than any other CSU school, I feel like. Yeah. Because of our area. You know, you got the vineyards out here. You got a bunch of really cool local places you can, you know, go hang out. So do your research.
Find where you belong,
Yeah, exactly. And go on these tours. I know it sucks to, you know, when your mom and dad are always like, you got to go on this tour, and all you want to do is stay home and play 2K or college football. but yeah, I don't know. I definitely take advantage of that. It's never too it's never too early to start, I guess. Yeah. That's what my parents had me do. Yeah. But yeah, do your research and find somewhere where you know you're going to be happy and somewhere where you can see yourself living there for not just 4 years, but maybe even after you get your degree. But that is about it. We're going to wrap it up here. Thank you for tuning in again. Signing off.